When you're selling a premium service, a high-end service, price is often a sticking point. And it's a sticking point because no one wants to feel like they're overpaying. So that means that if you offer a high-end product or service, you have to become adept at helping the person who's buying understand what they're buying. And one tip here is understanding the problem that's being solved. You can get a lot of inexpensive products or services, but will they solve the problem? And is the problem something you truly understand? It reminds me of the late 80s. I was in Mexico, and I wound up in a hurricane. And as a result of that hurricane, we evacuated the hotel, and they took us to a shopping mall to sleep. Everyone in the hotel got into a bus. We went over a rickety bridge while it was storming. They pulled up to a mall and said, here you are, here we are. And essentially we filed into the mall and everyone camped out on the ground of the mall. During the hurricane, the lights went out, the things were crashing into this was a glass mall, by the way, and things were crashing into it, and the ceiling was opening up, a storm was coming in. And at that moment, I would say that I would have paid any price to get out of that situation. The price of getting out of there would not have been an issue. I can think of other instances, for example, in business. We had a legal issue that we had to address, and we found an attorney that specialized in this, and the price wasn't an issue. We needed somebody who really understood how to tackle this. So those might sound like urgent, desperate problems, but there are other things that are equally important to your prospect or client that will cause them to be willing to pay a premium if they understand that you're solving a problem. Now, your job is to make it clear that that's the problem you're solving. You don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to worry about having the right, making the right selection. It's right here. You don't have to speculate on whether you can get this at a cheaper price. Here are the goods that you need at the right quality, in the right quantity for you, and they're right here. You know the quality of our flowers, or the quality of our fruit, or the quality of whatever it is you offer. And so the point here is that if you make the case properly and don't get too caught up in being uncomfortable talking about your price, you'll be able to present even the steepest price in a way that the prospect or client will be comfortable with. Let them imagine themselves in owning the product. Let them feel what it's like to have this problem solved. Talk about other people that had similar issues that were addressed by buying the product or service. In other words, if you can give them the logic, the rationale to satisfy those emotions, they'll buy your product or service, and they will buy it willingly. So don't get too nervous about hiding your price, delaying talking about your price. In fact, in some cases, it's a good idea to talk about the price up front to make it clear what the price is. I was talking to someone the other day, and he was bragging about how much he was spending on a particular product or service. And I realized that, wow, this was some cachet for him to be able to make this kind of commitment. There are a lot of folks like that. So when we talk about price and we're selling, just remember that the price is probably a hang-up in your head more so than it is in the prospect's head. What you've got to do is go to work as a professional. Let them understand what's involved in that price, what problem is solved with that price, whether it's the direct problem associated with the product or service, or whether it's a psychological problem, and then close that deal. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And there's a lot more coming where that came from. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.